Where do I start? See, I've been putting this video off for long enough, and I think it's time we all know the truth. So, those of you close to me will know what I've been going through the last couple of years, but for those of you that don't, let's take it back. So, after having 2 fights in 1 month, in 2020 February, so after having my 2 fights, 2-0 fighter, and loving the sport, doing great, excelling quick, progressing quick, everything going as best as it could be. And we get to the 20th of August 2021, and at this point I was in peak condition, training like mad, feeling fit as ever, ready for the championships, the development championships, going in at a 2-0 fighter, and my name had been put forward, entered into the tournament. I was ready, I was confident, believed in myself that I was going to win. So I upped my training level a bit more, started swimming, hitting the gym, strength and conditioning sessions, and probably just did a bit too much. As everyone says, everyone used to tell me, you're doing too much, you're doing too much, you're doing too much, but I just wanted to train all the time, all the time, all the time. And that led to the start of changing my life. It led to the worst injury I could possibly get as a boxer. This is a tough video to make, and I've been putting it off. So, on the 20th of August 2021, almost 2 years ago now, I was feeling great, and then all of a sudden, a week later, I find myself with this pain, intolerable pain in my shoulder and chest, down my tricep. I'd never felt something like it before. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what specifically caused it. I didn't pull anything. Everything in training was going good. And then I wake up with this pain out of nowhere in my shoulder, chest and tricep. So immediately I thought, it's just ache, or it's not that bad. Like, I'll be able to deal with it. I'll train through it. Like, everyone goes through injuries and you just got to get on with it. Just one of those things that you just push through and, get over it and then get back to it. But a couple of days passed and this pain isn't going away. It's not getting better. It's just getting worse. Every morning when I'm waking up, I'm touching my shoulder, just thinking like, how's it feeling, trying to assess myself. And it's just getting worse and worse and worse by the day. And at this point, I was still trying to train and do as much as possible, as the championships was about a week, 2 weeks out. So still trying to train, and then it gets to the point where I just can't train with this pain. It just causing me like extreme pain and not being able to do anything. When it first came about, I had swelling under both armpits. I woke up one morning and I couldn't move my arms. I couldn't even put a t-shirt on. Like, I tried to lift and just the pain is different. I started taking tablets, started taking ibuprofen, putting gels on, everything possible. Went to the doctors, they prescribed me antibiotics, which I don't like anyway. I tried to stay away from all the prescription stuff. But the pain was intolerable. So turned to antibiotics, took them for a week or so, and the pain under my armpits went down, the swelling went down. And at this point, I realized that I wasn't able to fight, and it broke me. And being so young, I was 15, and I wasn't mentally where I am now. So to deal with that was very tough for me, and that was the start of my dark days. Little did I know that it was gonna last up until now, and I'm still coping with it and dealing with it every single day. So called my coach up, John, called John up. I said, John, got this pain in my shoulder. I don't think I'll be able to box. And he was shocked. He was excited to see me box. He couldn't wait. And he, yeah, I said it's the hardest call I had to make as a fighter, to call my coach and say, look, I can't take the fight. Pull me out. And after the phone call, I just couldn't help but tear up. It's all I wanted. I was so focused and dedicated to that one goal, and it just got taken away from me overnight. So, did what anyone with an injury would do, is go see a physio and just try to get better as fast as possible. So I started seeing massage therapists, physiotherapists, chiropractors, just anyone that could potentially help this pain. And I found that it would be a short-term relief, and I'd be feeling good the day after. I'd be like, yeah, I think I'm ready to train again. Like, my shoulders are feeling all right. The pain is bearable. Like, I can still feel it, but I think I'll be able to train through it. So I go back to training, and I feel all right at the time. I'm loving it. I'm happy. I'm just in my happy place again. And then get home, the pain starts to come on a little bit, go to sleep, and wake up the next day. Pain, just pain like I've never felt. Again, the same pain as when it first happened. This pain in my shoulder, in my armpit, chest, everywhere, just inflamed, painful, swollen, like. And this is after the physio treatments, after doing the physio exercises, after the massages, after the acupuncture, after all of that, I thought I was alright. So I'd go back to it and once again get this pain. So after trying all the physio exercises, sticking to it strictly, trying the massage, just trying everything you can think of, we then decided to go with rest. We spoke to a very experienced coach in the sport, an ex-boxer, and he said, look, you're not going to like it, but you've got to rest. You've got to rest. Don't do the exercises. Don't do anything. Just rest your shoulders. See how you feel after a month. So I said, yeah, it might have to do. I'm willing to try anything to get me better. Anything. I would do anything. So set out a plan, month's rest. Now, in this first month's rest, I thought it would still be a good idea to carry on doing some light exercise, my physio exercises, a bit of swimming, just to help my shoulders. Everyone says, swim, it helps your shoulders. Okay, so I'm swimming. If it's going to help me, then I'll do it. So I wasn't completely resting. I just couldn't help it. I can't stay out of the gym. It's the hardest thing to do. Some people may think that's crazy, but I'm obsessed with it. I love it so much. And if someone tells you to stay away or just stay home and just do and just not train, I just can't do that. So I was still going to the gym, still doing little bits here and there, doing my physio exercises. And after a month, I went back to training, feeling all right, and boom, setback again, another setback. So again, no swelling under the armpits this time, but pain in my shoulders, unbearable pain. Like I touch it, I just want to scream. And yeah, just once again back to square one. Setback after setback. Just keep them coming. So then after this, we try, okay, I need a complete rest. I won't do anything, blah, blah, blah. I try to stick to this. And again, I'm feeling all right. And because I wasn't using them, the pain wasn't really there. And I could touch it. And then, yeah, I feel like all right. Pain under my tricep was still there, but I thought that was bearable. I could just get on with it. grit my teeth and put my head down and just carry on. So again, another cycle. It's a very cyclical pattern. I think I'm alright. I go back to training, and the next day, I'm in that same pain. So yeah, at this point, we tried everything, and we're not losing hope. But I didn't know what to do. Come to a dead end. Tried everything, and throughout this process, I've stayed very disciplined, and it's only made me realize how much I love the sport, how much I want to be world champion, because that belief in my head, even when I get told I can't do it and out for 2 years, I still want the same thing and I still believe in myself 100%. And to not give up after 2 years, it proves to me that I really want it. So, fast forward, this cyclical pattern. Now we hit 2 years where I'm at now. A couple months ago, we really trying to contact different people, trying to get it sorted. Finally got in with the NHS after months and months of waiting, and had a consultation with a surgeon, and it wasn't the best thing. He said I might not be able to box again. He said it's unfixable, and he said it's a rare cause. He doesn't know what it is. No one could specify what it is. Like, if I knew what it was and it was a basic injury, and someone told me, yeah, look, it's this, it takes this long to get better, do these exercises and you will get better. There's just so much uncertainty around what I've actually got. And when no one can tell me like anything about it, each physio told me different things. The chiropractor told me something different. The massage therapist told me something different. Like, what am I meant to go off? They were all just mixtures and giving me different exercises. It's been such a lot to take in and try to get my head around it because no one's given me a concrete answer. In with NHS, finally got an X-ray scan to see if they could see any like ligament displacement or bone fracture or anything. So had the X-ray. X-ray came back, fingers crossed. Please tell me what's wrong. Tell me what's wrong with me. Nothing showed. So he said, look, we need an MRI. An MRI will show what it is. It's the most detailed like scan you can get. It will show you what you've got, and then we can move forward from there. And he said the waiting list can take up to months and months. And at this point, probably tell I was very frustrated, fed up, and all I wanted to do was get better. And then he tells me I've got to wait months and months and months, and I just can't cope with inactivity for months and not being able to do what I want to do. So me and my dad started looking for private MRI scans. Found one in Leicester, one in Birmingham, and it was about £1,000 for both shoulders, and we were thinking of getting my neck done as well. And I said, look, I'll pay as much as I can towards it. And he said, yeah, let's do it. So we've got it booked. We're going to Leicester for an MRI scan, and hopefully we'll finally figure out and get to the bottom of what's wrong with me, what's wrong with these stupid shoulders. So literally 2 days before, we're sort of talking about it, getting ready to go, getting all the payments sorted, and then I think even a day before, the NHS called me and said, hi, is this Oscar Reed? I said, yes. And then they said, we've got an MRI scan for you. It will be in a few weeks. And relief. A few weeks, I can wait a few weeks. I've waited years, waited months and months and years, so a few weeks won't do any harm. Called my dad, let him know the good news. We don't have to pay £1,000 to figure out what's wrong with me. Cancelled that appointment, waited for the NHS, and then finally had the MRI scan. Had to have 2 MRI scans, one on each shoulder, a specific one. I don't know why they couldn't do both at the same time, but they said they couldn't. So I had my first one done, and then about a month apart, I had the second one done. And this frustrated me. I thought it'd be done like at the same time or a few weeks out, but they said I needed to rest in between. So if any of you have ever been in an MRI like machine, that big tube, feels like you're in Avatar. It's awful. I was in there for about 45 minutes each time. and it was horrible. I just couldn't move. Loud, just sounds like gunshots. I'm just laying there, just praying that they're gonna find something and tell me what I can do to get better. Now I'm waiting for the MRI scan, get both shoulders done. I'm expecting to see the results straight away. I go to the person, I say, when can I get my results? Like, what does it show? What's it looking like? And he said, it's gonna take a few weeks at least. Your surgeon's got to look at it, and then yeah. So again, more waiting, more and more waiting, and I'm just sat here in the dark, waiting, not knowing what's wrong with me. So finally, get a call. Look, come in. I've had a look at the results. Come in, and we'll speak about it. Buzzing, cool. We're going off. Me and my dad in the car. We're excited. We're praying. We're faithful. We're hopeful that it's something like it's not severe, but it's something that they can fix and an answer. Please, that's all I want is an answer. So we get there. We get in, and he says, "Look, we haven't found anything major." I said, "What? How have you not found something major? I've been out for 2 years, and you're telling me there's nothing wrong." He said there's signs of pec tendonitis, which is what I've been diagnosed with. Apparently, it's the one that they're leaning towards the most, but they still don't know what it is. He said it's a very rare case, and they can't pinpoint it down to anything. They didn't find anything that they can operate surgery on or give me a specific timeline or anything. They just said, look, they didn't find anything. Sent me to a physio, and we moved on from there. So after that, it was hard to hear. It was very hard to hear because maybe he was having a bad day, but he wasn't positive, and I've tried to stay as positive as I can throughout this whole journey. And him saying that we don't know what it is, we don't know if we can fix it, we can't operate surgery and get you better. Like, we don't know what it is. Basically saying he can't help me. He said I could never box again. And to hear that, it's just, when that's my dream, and he's just saying, nah, you can't do that. Like, hopefully you can understand my frustration and my pain, but it's tough. It's very tough. So, came home, dad went to work, I was at home, crying, dark days, a bad time, and I was just trying to cope with it, just keep trying to talk to myself, and just push through it. I'll be all right. I will do the things I say I'm going to do. I will get better. I will get better. Speaking to myself, trying to stay positive, trying to stay, confident in myself, confident in my ability. MRI scan results. Didn't find anything in the scan. Doesn't really know what it is. Unfixable, and I've got to live with it. But look, what I wanted to hear. Fuck's sake. Yeah. So, had the MRI, nothing back. Start seeing physio. Another month down the line, waiting for the physio. Finally, you get to see the physio. Now, surprise, surprise, she shows me the exercises that I've currently been doing for the last year. And this is recently now, this is in the last few months, so caught up. So she's showing me exercises that I've done before, and for me it's just like, what's the point? I've done this, it's not worked. Like, why should I even try doing these exercises? There must be something else. I said, let's start back to basics. We've got to go back to square one, and we've got to rebuild you. I said, okay, I'm 100% committed. If you believe you can fix me, then I'm all yours. I'm 100% committed. She didn't want me seeing anyone else. She just wanted me sticking to the plan, sticking to the physio, building up from square one again. So that's what I did. built up from square one again, doing little weights behind my back, physio exercises, rotator cuff exercises, pull shoulder exercises, and just strengthening again. Few weeks of that, I'm feeling all right. Well, I'm getting a bit frustrated. I'm getting a bit down with it. It's taking too long. I've done them before. It's not worked. Like, the outcome's going to be the same. I've just been sticking to the plan, seeing the physio, and having sessions with her. And then last week, I had a session with her. I said, look, there's got to be something else. Like, I don't think this is working. Please tell me there's something else. And I'll speak to the surgeon again, speak to my main doctor, and let's discuss a different plan of action, because this is not working. I've done it in the past and it's not worked, so why would I do it again? Please, let's find something else. And she took offense to this and said, no, you haven't done my physio, mine's different, all this. And I said, look, okay, I appreciate it. It's like, you're good and it's your profession, but please, can we just see the doctor again? So she said yes. She agreed, and we carried on with the physio session. She did a few tests which were very painful, and she found out a bit more about me, a bit more about the injury, just a little bit more information leaked out. So then she calls me in the week and says, look, come in again, I want to do a few more tests before we see the doctor. I was like, okay, cool, let's go. Left college early and went to the physio, done a few more tests. My arm's feeling weird, horrible feelings, and she gets a few more tests done and she says, look, I'm going to see you in 2 weeks. Speak to the doctor and we'll have a meeting together. I'm like, great. Let's see what else we can do. That's where I'm at now. Still waiting, still in the dark, and yeah. So that's where I'm at now, and yeah, weren't so bad after all. So now the truth is out there for you all to know. And see, I wanted to make this video for anyone who's out there that's injured. We can get through this together. You can come to me if you're feeling down, need some motivation. I'll be filming my road to recovery starting from today, and I'll keep you all updated on how it's going, where I'm at, what the physio is saying, and any updates. So look out for the Road to Recovery series, which will be starting very soon. The video I've been putting off so long is done. And just one last mention. All of those who have known about my injury and have stuck by me and, you know, believed in me the whole way through it, believe that I can get better, believe I will achieve my dreams, believe I'll be in the ring fighting again. Just always had that belief in me. I know who you are, and thank you very much. And now for all the doubters, all the people who think I'm faking an injury because I don't want to train, because I'm lazy, or the people that think I don't actually want to box for fun and don't actually want to box. For the people out there who think that I just want to box and post it on social media, you all doubt me, and I'll prove you all wrong. This injury has been a major setback, but the comeback will be even bigger. So stay tuned. Doubters, thanks for fueling my motivation and making me want to prove you all wrong, which I will do. For all my supporters out there, thank you for sticking by me and believing in me the whole way. Have a great day. Thanks for your time and patience. Peace out.